guys, it is Tristan with Nerdette's NewsStand. And do you remember when you were younger, usually around the time of puberty, and you had that, conversation with your parents, and they sat down with you and talked about the birds and the bees? I actually don't remember it because, that didn't happen. But I've seen it in movies before, right? It's such a typical thing. How does that work now? Do you have to sit down with your kids and ask them their pronouns? Do you have to, have a conversation about the 87 different genders or whatever the hell they try to make up? I don't know. Yeah, I just find it hilarious that these things have changed so much. I just can't wait. Things used to be so much easier. Anyways, let's talk about J.K. Rowling, because she's in the news again, and I don't mind her. Now, I don't know much about her. My literal knowledge of J.K. Rowling are she made Harry Potter. That's it. And I know she did stand up for Johnny Depp when he was going through the Amber Heard allegations quite a while back in 2017, 16. So that's my knowledge base when it comes to her. But I actually don't mind her. Maybe it's just me, or at least as of recently, she has kind of been, talking out against this woke culture that we kind of live in nowadays. And it's really nice to see, more people need to do this. And, she's canceled, for the 44th time, apparently, for stating facts. That's the society we live in now. You state facts, and the facts are, you have a male and a female. You're born one of them. Am I canceled now? I don't know. Yeah, she's just doing the same. But the best thing about J.K. Rowling now is she can do it. She has so much fuck you money that it doesn't matter. They can do whatever they want, say whatever they want, and she can just be like, oh, really? I don't have to listen to this. So, a while back, she got, canceled for retweeting something. I don't know. So, now that brings us up to now. That was such a good update, right? Totally. So she came out and there's this article and it says, creating a more equal post-COVID-19 world for people who menstruate. Yep. Not for women, but for people who menstruate. Oh my God. So she came out and she said, in quotations, people who menstruate. I'm sure there used to be a word for those people. Someone help me out there. Whatever she said there. But it's funny because now we're not allowed to say women. Really. We're not allowed to say women. Can anyone make sense of that? My rights as a female, you're not going to erase. My rights as a female don't end because of your feelings. My rights as a woman do not end where your feelings begin, and that will never ever change. Nobody is going to erase my femininity, just like I don't think they should erase your masculinity. It is ridiculous to even say, and Mags Visaggio does throw her hand in here, so I'll talk about that here in a little bit, but I'm going to talk about what she said. That's so controversial. Not even kidding. This is what is controversial in today's day and age. I don't know if it's just the children should have been they should have had their ass beat as a kid, or if it's the fact that everybody wants to be upset about something, because if they're not upset about something, they're literally not happy. So let's go through these tweets. And mind you, whether you like it or not, I agree with everything she says. So, if sex isn't real, there's no same-sex attraction. You just, blew every gay person's mind that, says, sex is a spectrum or whatever they say. Yes, if you don't have a sex when you're born, such as female, you can't have a child. If you don't have a sex when you're born, such as male, you can't have a dick. Come on, this isn't real. So if sex isn't real, the lived reality of women is globally is erased. Now that's actually the most telling statement in this entire thing, to me at least, because that really seems like what they're going for, and for this androgyny. And it's absolutely ridiculous. It's one of the reasons, besides obviously comic book reviews, that I started my channel. I was sick of seeing this androgynous blob that they want us to become. Don't be, too pretty, because, you make other women feel bad. Don't be too overly, feminine, because you make other women feel bad. I'm sorry. Deal with it. I know and love trans people, but erasing the concept of sex removes the ability of many to meaningfully discuss their lives. It isn't hate speech, it's the truth. 100%. Talking about something that makes you uncomfortable isn't hate speech. It's life, honey. It's fucking life. The idea that women like me, who've been empathetic to trans people for decades, feeling kinship because they're vulnerable in the same way as women, i.e. to male violence, and I hate trans people because they think sex is real, have lived consequences, is a nonsense. 100% fucking percent. I respect every trans person's right to live any way that feels authentic and comfortable to them. And I completely agree with that. However you are feeling, however you want to pursue your life, however you want to live your life, I don't care, as long as you're not hurting anybody. The way you live your life is not for me to judge, and it's not for you to judge me. So guess what? If I want to live my life as the girliest female you will ever meet, it shouldn't matter to you. I am not hurting you. I'd march for you if you were discriminated against on the basis of being trans. At the same time, my life has been shaped by being female. I do not believe it's hateful to say so. And she's absolutely right. And here's the thing. My life, most women's life, have been shaped by being female. And the reason I say that is every experience I have is going to be a little bit different than what, a person would as a male, whether it's going through high school. And my major problem is I've never got along with females at all because I'm very, very blunt, just unapologetically mean sometimes. But they don't, women don't like that. You're supposed to have this catty fakeness to you, and I've never had that, and I've never grasped quite how to do that. So I was always friends with gay men. I got along with them better, and I could be a bitch if I wanted to. That's how my life, as I was young, was shaped. And even going further than that, I chose, my career based on being a female. It was something I wanted to do. And in every single experience throughout my life has been based on being a female. That is not hateful to say so. That is telling my story. That's ridiculous for them to even think. Well, then, of course, we had Mags, try to cancel just about everybody. Like, she's gone from Richard Meyer to Sean Gordon Murphy, and she's usually extremely rude about it. Yeah. This time she tried to be nice, I guess, if that's her being nice. But she's ridiculous. She's trying to act like what, she's saying is wrong. And what she's saying is 100% right. So let's, Mag said, "Hi, JK, as a trans woman and fellow author, I would venture to say you're not nearly on the same level as J.K. Rowling, but nice try with a professional courtesy. I would appreciate the opportunity to have a discussion with you about this. I believe you have good intentions, but the way you are thinking about it needs to be forthrightly addressed with an attitude of mutual respect. Yes, then respect her as a woman." Fucking ridiculous. For those of you hurting... Why the fuck? For those of you hurting from Rowling's heel turn, who would be hurting? Okay, I offer a piece of advice. I'm not going to go through that. It's just basically I'm super cool. Look at me. Hey, I'm cool. No, you're not, honey. You've gone through and tried to cancel person after person. You've ruined person after person, or tried to at least, career. You've messed with people. You are a despicable, terrible human being, along with all these other people. How is this somebody explain it to me in the comments, maybe, because I don't understand how this is offensive. When I first started my channel, I used to think these people didn't believe themselves, but I believe they actually do believe themselves. And the reason why I say that is it's like that cult mentality where you are so brainwashed into thinking you are correct that they have brainwashed you suckers so much into thinking that there is more than two genders. I get there's like non-binary, trans, you can, transition, but you will always, no matter whatever you were born as, that was your original gender. I don't care if you transition. You cannot tell me any different. You will never tell me any different, and neither will science, because science agrees with me. And yet your feelings are so childish, I guess is the best way to put it, that you, okay, whatever. I'm not even gonna go there. We have people, there's so many people under here just saying how terrible of a person she is. I know you know this because you have been told over and over again, but okay, hold on. Transgender men can menstruate. How does that? Transgender men, so they were originally female, can menstruate. That's because they were originally female, Elaine. Of course they can, because they were born with ovaries. Non-binary people can menstruate. Yes, because they were born with motherfucking ovaries. I, at 37-year-old with a uterus, have not menstruated in a decade. That's probably birth control. Every single thing you said was just fucking, Women are not defined by their periods. No shit. Thank you, Captain Obvious. But every single person you just mentioned in here was a female. Fucking ridiculous. These people need to really, I don't know, go back to anatomy or anything. Or just, you know what, better yet, how many times do I have to say it? Delete Twitter. This, you never see these stories coming out of like Facebook or even Instagram. Twitter is a cesspool. Jack Dorsey just needs to like hit the nuke button and maybe society will go back to normal. Probably not. That's wishful thinking. But even so, guess what? Two genders. End of story. Last time I made a video like this, I got in a little bit of trouble. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. Let me know, of course, what you guys think about this, or if you think J.K. Rowling should be canceled for, transphobia. Because, that was totally not apparent at all. Anyways, let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon and subscribe stars. You guys literally make this channel possible. Huge thank you to Cage the Mick, Robert Mick Twiz, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris Z, David L, David Rafford, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Mighty Balls, Mike Buckner, Maizen Barbosa, Ruskar, Ryan Decker, Robert Hoffman, and Doc Holliday. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget on the way out to like as always if you enjoy the content, and hit subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.